So if you don't know what software testing is or what test-driven development is, then this video is for you. So software testing is basically using code to test your code. And the reason you want to test your code is so that if your code ever breaks, whether it's production or in development mode, all you would have to do is go over and run your tests. And when an error happens, it'll show you what that error is, and you wouldn't have to go through that frustration of going around your code base looking for the problem, putting console logs everywhere like I did. I mean, I still kind of do that, but I've been integrating tests into my my work environment. So to put this into a different perspective, just think of when you think of tests, think of you being like a third grade teacher grading papers. Say you're grading a test and you have like a list of 10 questions. Think of each of those questions. Just basically translate each of those questions into a piece of code. And you're testing each problem, each piece of code with your cheat sheet, your answer sheet, and that is your test file. And your test file has all of the expected answers that each of your pieces of code want to output. So, you know, there's that. So now what test-driven development is it's a way of programming that is conducive to writing tests. So the process is, the first thing you do is you write a test for a piece of code that you have not written yet. A piece of code that you want to write. Write a test for that. And then you go over and create the piece of code that you want, that is conducive to that test that you made it for. So you write that piece of code, and then you come back over to the test, and then you test that code. You run the test. If it's right, if it's right, you go over to the next problem. You're good. But if it's not, you go back, you refactor the code, and rinse and repeat. With that said, your tests should not be wrong. So like in most cases, when you do test-driven development and you encounter an error, it's most likely going to be your code unless the test you wrote, the expected output for the test you wrote was wrong. In most cases, your test shouldn't be wrong. And yeah. So you could use vanilla JavaScript to test your code, but you don't want to go through that torture. So there's a lot of testing frameworks that you can use to do tests. What I personally use is Mocha and Chai. So you could start off with that if you like. There's also Jest, there's also Jasmine, there's also Karma, and there's so many others. It's JavaScript. There's a lot of frameworks. So that's all I have for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Transition. So tell me what you like about the video. Did you love it, hate it? Tell me would you rate it down in the comments below, and I'll see you later.